100 FM, The Pike, Worcester's Classic Hits. Cruz and Bruce welcoming a special guest. We're getting ready for him to come and join us at Indian Ranch this weekend from the Outlaws. Let's say good morning to Henry Paul. Good morning, Henry.
Cruz and Bruce, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to have you with us. It's great to have the Outlaws coming to the ranch. Here's a group that I can't remember the last time you guys were in this general area to perform live for us. Has it been a while?
Yeah, it has. I think the last time we were at Indian Ranch was probably 2011 or 12, thereabouts.
Now we're ready to bring the whole show, not just the Outlaws, but you're working with Hannah Wickland and the Stepping Stones for a show at the ranch this weekend, this Sunday at 2 o'clock. Now, let's face it, the Outlaws are known for being a part of the great Southern rock music revolution that kind of started in the early 70s and gave us a whole new style of music, but you were born in New York City. How do you wind up a Southern country boy?
A lot of people did what I did. My mom and my sisters and I, we moved to Florida right around 1957, and we didn't go to Palm Beach or, Miami. We went to Lakeland, which is quite a ways inland and culturally a completely different world with the phosphate industry and the citrus industry. And I grew up in Lakeland, sort of playing catch up to the culture. All the kids, we would go out in the grove and smoke or go down to the phosphate pits and build forts and just, I don't know. It was a really cool time and a really great place to grow up, but it was definitely the South. And I graduated from high school in Tampa in '67, and we started the Outlaws in earnest in 1972. So
technically, the Outlaws were starting to come together even when you were still in high school, but it wasn't until around 1970, 71, something like that, that you became a part of a group that now had a destined future of success. I mean, the style at the time was being seen in groups like Leonard Skinner or Marshall Tucker Band, maybe the Amazing Rhythm Aces, if I can pull them out. But you came on board, and you guys had a sound that really helped you carve out your own niche.
Yeah, there was a band called the Outlaws. It was a, junior high and high school band. I mean, the band played dances and fraternity parties, and played a lot of cover material, but the band that everybody knows as the Outlaws, kind of came around. Actually, I had a band called Sienna, and the first member that would go on to be a member of the Outlaws that joined my band in '71 was Monty Yoho, followed by Frank O'Keefe. Huey Thomason joined in '72, and then Billy Jones joined in '73. So the Outlaws sort of formed around a band that I had. And quite ironically, it was a kind of a country rock band, and that personality sort of defined the band, and we became, what we wound up being. And we were kind of in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right songs. Just a great band.
The right songs, and of course, how you find the right song is always a bit of a trick, a mystery. But I'm going to tell you, there's one song in the Outlaws archives that's always been a favorite of mine, and I always found it intriguing where you went to find this tune. Because I remember somewhere around the beginning of the 80s, you did a cover of what was then a 30-plus-year-old song, the old Vaughn Monroe tune, Ghost Riders in the Sky. Now, what inspired you to pluck that out of the archives?
I think Huey had this idea that, certainly the musical character of that song fit the Outlaws, the minor key, a little on the dark side, and lyrically, for a cowboy rock band, it seemed appropriate. So, we just got lucky. That was an 11th hour reprieve at radio for the band, and turned out to be the group's last hurrah that way.
It's just such a great tune. We're speaking today with Henry Paul joining us. Now, you're coming in for a show here at Indian Ranch in just a few days, and you're not going to be alone up there because you've got some special guests joining you. Can you tell us a little more about Hannah Wickland and the Stepping Stones?
She's just a real talented guitar player. She's been, I would say, shepherded along by one of the agents from the agency that represents us. Uh-huh. She's grown. I've seen Hannah out there now for 3, maybe 4 years, and watched her sort of grow into her own musical personality, and she's over the years, been given great opportunities to play with a lot of great bands, not unlike the Outlaws did back in the early '70s. So she's making good on her opportunity, and I think that she's going to have a really, really big career.
Now, the show is going to happen this Sunday. Again, that's June the 24th And there's something magic about performing at Indian Ranch. I don't know, when you're at a venue like Indian Ranch, there is so much better an opportunity for the enthusiasm and emotions of the audience to carry right up on stage. And I'm sure that fuels your passion when you're up there performing, doesn't it?
Well, it does. Listen, I mean, for us, the audience sort of defines the day.
Right.
Audiences vary from day to day, and from, even at the same venue, you can have an entirely different experience every time you come to play there. I've played Indian Ranch probably a half a dozen times in my life. And I remember it specifically because it's such a funky, old-school campground sort of venue, and it's so retro and cool in and of itself. But you're right, it's a real intimate venue, and everybody's personalized performance style is very clearly on display.
Sure. Well, I mean, there's no two ways about the fact that the Outlaws are just a perfect fit at Indian Ranch. That's why you can count on a great show. And that show is almost here. Now, I know the tickets are still available. And as Henry said, it's been a while since the guys have played Indian Ranch, and who knows when they'll be back. So now is the time to take advantage and get some tickets and enjoy the show. Henry, it's a pleasure to have you here with us this morning, and we're really looking forward to having you in town in just a couple of days.
Well, you're a sweet guy. You have a great time today and through the rest of the week, and we'll catch up later.
Hey, thank you so much. Safe travel when you come north, Henry.